So I think it'll be fine for Liquid. They just need to make sure that their lanes go okay.
I like Entity's draft.
Okay, well, only one way to find out. We're going to see how this game 2 is going to play itself out together with our commentary duo.
This game 2, what do you reckon we're going to have coming out of this? Because I feel like from the drafts, this is a pretty intimidating draft from Entity. These heroes, they're going to run at you.
If you wanted me to write down the list of heroes that Entity love to play, I think each player is easily on their top 2 hero. You might argue top 3, but this is, yeah, Entity in full comfort. We shouldn't forget, game 1, the draft Liquid fully respected this, right? They're banning out the Pugner, the Spirit Breaker, the Husker.
Oh, Liquid.
What was the fight?
They're walking up to the high ground, but Entity, they were more than prepared for this one. Boxy, he's definitely going to die. Let's get the deny. They can. Insania's able to at least find the deny. See if the rest of them are able to retreat. Looks like they should be able to there, but I mean, we're seeing a taste of it already. They're definitely not the 5 heroes that you want to walk into as Liquid. Entity, for a lot of this early stages of the game, especially if they keep the lead, they're going to be very welcome to any fight.
Yeah, like, again, Entity, this type of lineup, they've played the Spirit Breaker, Bane, Husker combo before against Tundra, in which they won. And I think this tri-group of heroes is synergizing so well with the lockdown, enabling Husker to just keep the fights in areas he wants to fight. And yeah, I want to see this brawling throughout the entire game.
A lot of damage on Zai.
They need to be careful.
He might just... Oh, is he going to live? He's up on the high ground. He's got enough of Death Pulse. Should save him, and it'll allow him to turn. In fact, he'll set him up for the first blood. Zai is able to take down Fishback.
Ooh, actually, are we seeing the tundrification of item builds? If we quickly load up the inventories of all players on Liquid, I'm not seeing a salve. Yes, this is something that Tundra started. It was seen on Reddit as well. The value of starting mass branches and tangos. The branch that allows you to obviously have double effect of tango. You can kite around with it, place on the ground. But yeah, Liquid taking a page out of Tundra of their starting items. That's pretty cool.
So what do you sort of think of these lane setups? You know, Zai.
He's pretty like, mate, he wishes he had a salve, that's for sure. And a support.
He's just dead?
Yeah.
All right, well there you go, Crestless. He'll get himself a kill on that top lane as the carry.
But no, laning setup wise, I honestly favour Entity in pretty much every lane, because they just... It's so annoying to deal with, right? The value of Veno against this. Like, Weaver can be pretty good, but if you get hit by a Gale, you waste a Kuchi, it's going to be difficult. Like, we see that here, right? Matu's used the Kuchi, now already half HP from a single spell. And you think top lane as well, right? It's like Huskar Bane. It's going to be pretty decent early levels. You'd expect maybe the entry of a good creep. If Zai gets maybe like an early bracer or something, a bit tankier, they could do well. But yeah, I think Entity, they're going to be comfortable with this laning phase. This is, yeah, for sure. I take back what I said. Liquid's top lane. This is the one lane that they should be able to find some small advantages from. Just got a bit carried away from game 1. I can still feel the fun of that last fight hitting me.
Zai did struggle in the lane in that last game, but as you said, maybe set up for a bit of a better situation here in the early game this time round. Let's see. Oh, they get the kill down bottom. We'll see if Katomi can get some trades. He can. Take down Boxy in return. And in the mid lane, I mean, obviously you're a melee against the bat, but just having the ability of the spear mean that you're always kind of safe in this matchup as a Mars?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's exactly it. The fact that you can disconnect twice because both Rebuke and Spear have some form of slight movement.
Yeah.
I think there are some cuter plays the bat can make, keeping the Flame Break available, maybe bouncing the Mars back in. Of course, level 6, another kill threat. But yeah, Mars early on should do pretty well, I think.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He's 12 and 5 against the 8 and 1.
Yeah, of course, you know, melee hero inside the wave. And I expect Storm to be able to get some, Stormer, to be able to recover a little bit as he gets the levels, the kill threat comes in. And I was a little bit surprised that Toby was to go down.
Oh, he tried to go for that Storm. I mean, he saw obviously the stacks building up on Midk, but Midk was having none of it.
No, mate, he's got a wand. He's already prepared for this fight.
I mean, yeah, this mid lane, the difference between those two, it's going to start getting pretty big. You know, with the CS was already bad enough in the matchup, and now getting that solo kill, this is going to be a very, very good start for Midk.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Like, Backride is the type of mid lane that if you go even and passively farm, you always have some type of kill threat. But if you try and go for the dives, if you try and be aggressive and you have level disadvantage, you can't fall kind of behind for the best part of the game. Right. He's got a stick. Oh, so low. Fine. Good old Huskar low HP, Necro low HP. And we've got the South coming back. Korea though, not instant, so Christmas will be... Oh, it is here. Oh, oof, the Korea is close, thank God.
Back down bottom. Liquid get another kill here with the poison stacking up. It will be another trade. I don't know, this time Matu's got the ultimate cleanup.
Now this bot lane is not going to plan for sure. The Spirit Breaker is meant to be a hero that is very good at covering, but Boxy getting in, getting the disruptions off, stacking some poisons, and then you just Aukusti through. It's not allowing Spirit Breaker to utilize his skill set in that 4-row. And you know, Venomonster, he is just, you know, feeding a little bit down here. So yeah, very good from Liquid. Punishing Entity a little bit. What is the skill build on the old Venomonster anyway? He has gone for a 2-1. He is looking to pack a bit more of a punch. But yeah, like this region of the map now, as long as if he steps any further down than that lantern, it's going to be a disruption into death. So yeah, thank you production. I thought that'd be a cute way of describing it. But yeah, past that lantern, disrupt, die, and Spirit Breaker can't really help that much. It's the charge and then walk away. So you have to be super careful.
Mid.
And
okay.
The level disparity, bam.
He is crushing this matchup. 28 and 11. It's the 18 for 2 and 2 solo kills already 5 minutes into. That is
that's rough.
He's on the start of a pretty scary Mars game. Top lane. Zai might be able to get the Ghost Shroud off and run away from this. Fishman, can he finish off the job?
He just wants to get a Nightmare. Oh, the creeps. He put the sentry for the vision.
Yeah, and Insania's in with backup, so now it's Deadman that's in trouble. Zai, he's going to be fine. Now with another Death Pulse and a right click to take down the kill. Bottom, Matu. Shikuchi is away, but he's going to tick out pretty low.
It's a level 2 Gale. That might...
Oh, he
20. Nah, he's fine.
I think he just bought the Ring of Health.
Yeah, he
buys the Ring of Health, and with that Tango regen, that will be enough to keep him alive.
Oh, and then instantly into a salve. Oh, you love to see it. You really do. Alright, so overall, laning phase. I was kind of leaning a bit Entity, but Liquid has just kind of outperformed, and yeah, solid entry to the game. Very solid stuff.
Now, bottom lane, is Toby going to be alright? I don't think he is. There's a lot of poison.
One more. Will he hit it? Will he go for it? Doesn't do either.
I mean, he knows that, I guess, either way, Toby's got to take the walk back to base.
Or will he?
Okay, no wants to stick around here. He's getting the South sent out. Feels that he can still hover around for some XP.
What a bounty!
But yeah, we're seeing already, you see on the net worth, all 3 of Liquid's cores taking the lead here.
Yeah, normally Entity, they're able to often come out ahead in lanes, like...
Especially with these sort of heroes, like,
yeah,
you kind of expect it.
Yeah, honestly, they're very strong laning and team fight style of team, so the fact that Liquid's kind of just outplayed individually at this point is very good for them, at least, and that's going to kind of propel them into this game for sure. Weaver's the type of carry that I feel in the matchup against Huskar, you do a lot of damage as Weaver. You have to respect like what your shard can provide and the items you can get to be a damage dealer. But my fear is just this Huskar with
bottom lane. He stepped up past the lantern again.
Past the lantern, he did me.
He's past the lantern. He's got a TP out immediately.
Oh, but look at that.
Oh, it's close.
You don't pass the lantern, Owen. I told you that is. Oh, is he going to follow that bug? Oh, wait.
Where'd it go?
It's in the fog, mate.
Oh, no, there is. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh. Did nothing.
Did nothing. Great job, Bugs.
I can't remember what I was saying before we talked about the lantern. Probably didn't matter anyway. Who's the travel?
Yeah, he's going to have it pretty soon, Zai. He's getting a lot of farm out of this top lane. A completely different story to last game. He had a very, very slow lane, but he's getting a lot out of this, especially with, you know, Insania, this constant micro and pressure they're putting in underneath the tower, making it a very difficult place for Entity to stand. I mean, we're seeing already, Chrysalisy's headed elsewhere. He doesn't want to be a part of that lane anymore.
Yeah, this very much now feels like Entity's looking to recover, right? It's going to be the Venomonster parking in areas with maybe Plague Wards, even though he hasn't leveled them yet. It's going to be the Bat Rider trying to quickly farm bots BKB. Same thing for Huskar. Bane dying top, whatever, but it's about the like, what can you get after the fact?
Yeah, let's see what Stormstormer can do here in return. They're running down Zai with the Firefly. He's got the Ghost Shroud, but of course the magical damage from Stormer will burn through. So they'll lose a Bane, but honestly, that's quite a big kill for Stormer to get after a tough time in the mid, being able to make that rotation and take down a very farm Zai.
Yeah, and the fact that we get to see the stat there, that was 10 minutes quicker than the average, is probably because often Necro mid lanes are the ones buying the boots of travel, not the off-laner. So I am interested to see how Zai pivots with this, of course. He can utilize the edge creep TP into any engagement.
On mid. Got the setup. Quick, clean setup there of the disruption into Spear.
TP'd on the old creep.
And they're chasing down Kataomi, but Stormer's ready to help out. So Kataomi will tick very low to the death pulse, and able to get the last hit in. Insane with the impetus. Zai again getting run over by Stormer. He will die. So Stormer again really coming back into the game here. They'll punish him now with Mickey and Box. They're able to move over, but it's 2 times now where Stormer he's finding something out of nothing.
Yeah, I think Zai was just super excited to use his bots, get in the middle of the fight. We saw the little synergy there TPing in, but yeah, Batrider, if Firefly is up, it's a very good Batrider game.
I mean, with those moves, sure he did die at the end of that.
He's second net worth.
He's second net worth. Yeah. So this aggression from Stormer, without a doubt, definitely solving the issue that he had from the laning stage. He's closing that gap against Mickey.
Yeah, it's one of the nice things where when you're behind, if you just offer up a support to tank up some of these fights, if you react, you can get kills. You see it here.
Fishman, he's got the setup. Matu is going to try and run, but time-lapse is still on cooldown. He's going to burn out. So after a solid laning start from Liquid, we're really starting to see Entity just make these early calls, early movements, which are definitely taking away a bit of what Liquid had going from the start.
The world's slowest charge coming in there. But yeah, Entity offering up kind of Fishman as a bait in top lane, punishing instantly. Same thing for mid, same thing for bots. Yeah, Fishman just, even though he's dying to do this, he is setting up a lot of these kills to enable his team.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Zai, back to business up top. Push out the tower, him and Insania.
He's now looking at the Vessel as an option. Of course, early game Vessel against Husker. Very strong. Huskers, though, nowadays, they're not trying to skip the BKB. They're literally, it's like armored BKB. They're not doing anything quirky. So we are maybe in like 6 minutes time, 7 minutes time, this Vessel might not have its full effect. It's a really important window of the game for Zai to quickly get it, get the bots in play, TP on in, get the Vessels, and start trying to kill off this Husker, delaying his timing.
I see Liquid trying to match the movement of Stormer. They'll smoke up themselves. They know that the Bat's looking for action down bottom. Boxy and Mickey want to be able to respond. Go for the quick setup on Fishman. Extra TP coming in from Zai. So Entity, they'll probably do their best to back away from this as Liquid turn up with 4. They only get the Bane kill. There you go. Quick move from Storm. As soon as he sees Liquid, put a lot of effort into that move bottom, he's ready to go for the freebie up top. Makes the move in with the lasso. Insania will heal up.
Is he going to die?
They got a charge coming in. He should be pretty dead.
Well, when they bring in the cow, sure. All right, there. Oh, he didn't get it. Just to be clear, the Spirit Breaker didn't cancel the charge. He did die before. Kataomi wasn't gifting the kill there. A lot of pressure coming across the timeout from both teams here.
I mean, Fishman's got the grip.
He wants to use it. He's had it for a couple of minutes.
Now for Liquid, it's going to be a bit easier for them to get the jump. Mickey has the Blink Dagger done. And of course also makes life just that bit harder for Fishman. It's going to be very careful with his positioning because highly likely that Mickey is going to look to make that jump, make sure that Bane doesn't get to click his spells in the team fight.
Yeah, and even though Liquid has this early lead, you've already mentioned it. Batrider, Husker, they're creeping back up to the earth. This Weaver, he had 2-3 kills in lane, but he's not been able to support that with hidden creeps because he's been joining the fights.
There we go. Again, Blink reveal. They're going to go for Fishman. Little off with the combo. Means they'll drop the scythe for him. Right, opted to get another stack up on the other side of the map. Entity, again, doing something with the fact and the knowledge that the Liquid, they've got a lot down bottom. We'll see Zai bots over. Crystal is getting very low and low enough for them to take him down. Zai's in with the charge of the urn and pushing him very close to having that Vessel. So soon that move's going to be even easier to make.
We got to see the value of the bots, right? Now imagine if he didn't use Scythe bottom. Imagine how scary that TP is for a Husker. Traditionally here he wants to be on low HP. TP bam Scythe.
Fishman's in. Mickey They'll try and blink in, but there's charge there from Katomi catching Mickey.
Oh,
On the side, as he tries to blink forward, Toby's in with a huge ult here as Liquid, they're going to start ticking down very, very low. They'll turn with the spear, they'll take out Toby. Zai trying to heal up the team with the death pulse. Katomi comes in with another charge. Mickey able to blink away from the flame break in time. Storm's on top of them with the Firefly. Lasso as well, bringing over Zai towards the reach of Chrysalis as Chrysalis jumps over. Entity, they'll lose a few under the tower, but Chrysalis is able to come in and get the cleanup.
Yeah, now Huskard's top net worth from what was a beautiful pickoff. Now suddenly it's him propelling up. Wait, what's he got now? Is that a hammer? Ooh, he's one component away from BKB. That is a scary place to be now if you're Liquid. These cheap kills, they feel good, but you kind of know they're not converting into anything, right? Like you're killing heroes, but you're not taking towers, you're not taking Roshan. Meanwhile, they are slowly trickling towards some of the bigger picture items. Batrider as well, only, you know, roughly one component away from BKB. And a bit of chump change after.
Tower is under attack.
They need to be careful how they approach this next portion of the game. Within 2-3 minutes. Might be some unkillable heroes, because the Weaver still somewhat stubbed. Only just completed the Maelstrom as the casual ring of health treads the Bassi circlet. Not the, you know, not packing the biggest punch right now as a carry.
Radiant.
Gonna try and go for Stormer.
Blink on the Mars, so this should be a catch. Oh, he walked through the Firefly.
Well, good knockback with the flame break. I mean, Fishman's ready to help out with the defensive nightmare. So the spear comes in, and Stormer, he'll go down. Stania finishes off the job with the impetus over to the side. Liquid, they made moves and took down Chrysalis. They came in with the scythe. Mickey's going to jump back in, get another catch. Finds Fishman trying to retreat in the trees. This time round, Liquid, they'll get the clean kills, and Entity won't get much in return.
Liquid are doing such a good job at just cutting through Entity's ranks before they can even, you know, position well enough to rebuttal some of this fight. Running in, TPing in, and getting the kills. Entity, they just need to find a little bit more farm to feel confident on this map before they can start smoking, making their plays as a team. They're still in the portion of the game where they kind of need to sacrifice a hero for farm in the hope. Worst case he dies, everyone else is still getting a little bit more. Whilst Liquid, they're in their stride. They can group up with confidence, they can farm as a unit and look for any kill that presents themselves.
Yeah, because you're absolutely right. Once the BKBs are there for Entity, it's the Liquid don't really have that means to make a jump and catch you before you get the BKB off, right? It's highly likely that every time Entity need to get it off, that they'll get it off in time.
More emphasis on Mickey now, right? It's the initiation of the Blink Spear. Outside of him, there isn't really that big team fight stun to play on. And a Mars Blink Spear is also not slow, but there is enough time within the cast point to get the BKB off, right? If you're quick, if you're agile, Liquid, they really need to rely on just kind of aggressive positioning, the posturing to be able to just put Entity in a bit of farm disparity. And they've done a great job. Let's not, you know, beat around the fact they're 16 minutes in, they got a 6k lead. They're looking pretty good.
And do you like this early shard here for Boxy?
I mean, it's a nice little, you know, cleanse arena against the Venomancer. It's probably going to do quite a lot. Other than that, I've not seen enough of it to really go, wow, I like it or not.
Nature attend us.
So this will be the main game. And again, it's a very good game just because of the fact there's so many dots with the vessels and the Veno spells. Ooh, okay, Liquid proactive going straight for Roshan. I love it.
They're going to get this.
Because Entity, they're still trying to quickly get to that BKB timing, and then for them, it'll be Roshan. So you know that your timings are going to get a bit weaker, you take the Aegis off the map, and it allows you to then farm through your timings of your enemy. So yeah, love this from Liquid. And Entity, they're not aware. They don't have scan available, not in position. Really heads up play.
Mickey's trying to set something up immediately after they've taken the Roche.
Necro TP'd in as well on the creep.
The Crystalist, one's going to jump in. He's going to try and take down Mickey, man. Mickey's getting burned pretty big time here by Crystalist. As Mickey, he'll go down. Now they'll turn for another. They'll look towards Zai. See if Entity can get more out of this. Crystalist continues to stack up the spears, charge across, but Zai's able to turn with the scythe. He's cut down the husk up and now grips up. Fishman locking down Zai. Zai will fall. Fishman and Toby fall at the end of it all. So Liquid's still able to get the bigger cleanup, but Entity showing that, you know, they're still ready to take down some big heroes with them, bringing down both Mickey and Zai in that move.
Yeah, that was a really nice engagement from Liquid in the idea of let's quickly punish them one last time. Batrider, still no BKB. We got to see why Necro is very good against Husker. Husker always playing on low HP. You throw that Siphon, even though there's magic resist, you're going to rip through him. Yeah, Crystal, he has to be very careful how he enters these fights, because if that BKB is not available, most likely going to get a Zai slap to the face.
Stormer. Lasso. Insania. Not a chance here.
Farewell, dear Bambi. Are we going to see Entity? I guess, again, like I mentioned, because Liquid was so heads up with taking away that Aegis, it kind of makes things awkward for Entity. Like, this is now the portion of the game where they wanted to be crossing the river, smoking up, looking for some moves, but I think they'd probably be content just hitting some more creeps, and Matu's going to love that. He's completing the Lincolns, that's what the Ring of Hell for was in laning phase. Will help him against the Life Break of the Husker, the Lasso of the Batrider, even the Charge of Spirit Breaker. And then most likely after that, it'll probably be like a Skadi or something. Daedalus Titanic is how it'll round it out.
A full pipe on Zai, so it does feel like Liquid, they're gearing up to really group up and start to push for the next objective.
How long's left on the Aegis anyways? You know, a good 2 minutes 40. So you're gonna have already Lincoln's complete.
Okay, or does he want to jump this? No, it doesn't. It's not quite yet. Matu's going to scout things out. Start to try and poke out a reaction from Stormer, but he's holding on to the BKB.
Matu really wanted to try and force it out, and look how much damage he did just with 2 Germinates alone. Obviously there's a swarm helping out.
A quick collapse from Liquid back over into their jungle, as Entity have got to get out of here. Fishman TP's out. Chrysalis also going to make his way over to the other half of the map. Doesn't want to stay around here with Liquid making the move.
Well, here is bottom. Potentially these supports can go. They started the charge on the Enchantress.
Boxy's trying to set things up onto Toby, but Toby just responds straight away with a TP out, and it's the right call.
Yeah, like maybe if Entity was 5 there a little bit quicker, but again, they're playing into an Aegis. They don't really want to take any of these fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, what is sort of the next item that Entity's waiting for before they'll feel that they can go? Just
I feel like it's just the Aegis getting removed.
Yeah.
Like right now, they too have lockdown issues. In an ideal world, Weaver steps up out of position. It's a lasso or a grip or a charge into the Husker life break, quickly kill him off. But with that Lincoln's, makes it a little bit more awkward. And you see from the quick buy of Husker, he's also identified that like playing into Necro is troublesome. Like sure, Halberd's fine, Shard's fine, but the refresher. Normally this would be like an Aghanim, some more lockdown, but he understands by the time in which the game is at its like most pivotal moment, he needs that BKB available. So he's just going to rush the refresh just for the BKB most likely. But can he get that much gold? Like this is a pretty small map that we see right now.
it's a bit of time until he's going to have that next item done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Liquid know it. Keeping the pressure up. 40 seconds left on the Aegis. He has got the Lincolns done, so a different form of protection against the jump of Entity.
Pipes for all.
It's a hard fight for Entity to jump into.
17 seconds on the Aegis. Maybe they look to make a play around that. Of course, they do see the timer on the Aegis themselves. They are also all showing in the lane.
Yeah, and Liquid's not going to give it to him.
Like to see this. We've recently seen some cores being killed as the Aegis expires like 1 second in. But everyone sees that timer nowadays. You gotta respect it. You walk back, you reset.
Radiant's bottom tower
Zai as
is
well,
under
like
attack.
he's going for this blink dagger on the Necrophos. Just wants to jump on this Husker and just fight him. And that's it. Name of the game. And he's going to be able to do it. There's a lot of vision coming out from the Enchantress, the SD Poison, Mars' positioning. Now we finally get to see Entity. The same point in the game where Liquid finally crossed the river. In their game, at 22 minutes. Entity somewhat mirroring that.
See if they can get. I mean, Insania's the one down bottom, but
it's only an Enchantress.
Yeah, it's not. Nothing big, nothing crazy. And TP's out. Look at the TP's coming in. Even if they get Insania, there's going to be a response. as the disruption will come out by time for Steny. Stormstorm is going to continue to head in with the BKB. Firefly takes him down. Chris is able to BKB TP out, but Stormstorm has been left behind. So they may have got Insania, but a very aggressive move just for an Enchantress and so close to the tower T.
Yeah, and then instant smoke up from Liquid, right? Like, this is Entity that they were hoping this smoke would net a better kill. But jumping Enchantress at this point in the game, it just it doesn't feel nice. 4-staff drum, level 11. Even only 2 points in heal, but tanky enough.
And if they find Chrysalis now, his BKB's on cooldown.
He's got nothing. Yeah, he's just going to get Scythe, no?
There's the jump.
Where's the Scythe?
There it comes.
Scythe! There we go.
That was a quick heads-up move from Liquid, and one that Chrysalis, he just wasn't prepared for at all. And the moves are continuing. Zai, TP's up top. Toby, it will be able to...
Oh! How close?
That was very...
Replay review or now, Owen? What are we saying?
Oh, we can check the replay. No, I don't think
VAR up or... Yeah, VAR, all right.
Let's have a look.
Bring it back.
He had a few 0.12 seconds in it.
It was by far. All right.
200 MS or so.
Yeah,
no, it was going to be fun.
Yeah,
it looked cool anyway.
Quite late. Could have been cooler. That's what we'll tag it up as.
That's Zai doing quite well with the stacks here.
21.
Let's bounce up to level 18. And yeah, this lead for Liquid, it's growing, 11k. And we're just 24 minutes in.
Yeah, Liquid did do a good job just having... Like, even though Entity's heroes are annoying on paper, Liquid picked the counters to the annoying heroes, right? Like, they've got SDV Spirit Breaker, SDV Huskar. You know, they got the Necro versus Huskar. Weaver, yeah, it's just a really well-rounded way to deal with this aggression. And they've executed quite nicely so far. Gonna keep pushing up the lanes.
Entity's going to keep smoking up.
They have to break down the map at some point. They need to try and get some type of kill to some aggressive position. And ideally find a core.
His eyes a bit...
Blink, mate. Out. Gone.
I'm going to catch him.
Do they go for another smoke? Do they have more? Alright, they got one more smoke in the old arsenal.
I think they might. You know, it's not going to feel good for them just hitting the creeps whilst Matu's getting his next item done. You know, he turns up to the next fight with the Daedalus. If they're not able to catch this Weaver, he's going to pick them apart one by one.
And the fact that he is going for the Daedalus, like, this isn't like a Skadi to be a little more survivable. Like, he's relying on his Mars, his Necro to be the tanks, and he's just going to cut through the back and quickly like execute the Bane before he's even able to think about what's happening in the fight. Germany is disgustingly powerful, especially when it's applied with the Swarm. This poor Huskar has just not been able to really enter any engagement with confidence. Every time he goes, he's like BKBing because he's scared of a Scythe. He's always half HP. The armlet, like, this is just like, if you have armlet and you're playing Huskar, you're always half HP. It's just the name of the game. That's why Necro and Zai, with his Blink Dagger, hiding in the shadows.
I mean, are they going to catch someone out here? Is anyone coming down to farm this wave?
Storm's beelining it. Hastily, look at him. Fire flying in.
Oh, this would be... Yeah, they're not going to try for the jump. They'll respect the fact that he's got the BKB ready. And again, as we said, it's hard for them to make the jump, catch someone without getting the BKB off.
That was a really nice arrow drawn by Boxy on the minimap. It had literally the direction as well. All they follow through.
And the next move could give them the space to get that Roshan.
Now, item-wise, we're not really seeing anything too crazy come out. I think maybe...
Daedalus is what he's pretty much done on Matu,
yeah,
right?
Daedalus is on its way. Yep. Has SD completed Agshat? Nope, just still 2 components. But yeah, it's pretty much just when Weaver's got the Daedalus, we might see Liquid make another play. And for Entity, that they themselves haven't really been able to make much happen in the item department.
They're going to see an opportunity here. At least try for it. They're in. Onto Boxy, but Katami, he's falling low. Chrysalis commits him with the BKB. From the wraparound, Insania finishes off. Kill on the Spirit Breaker. Now with the BKB coming to an end, Chrysalis has got no further way to keep himself alive. Scythe comes down onto Toby. As Entity, they'll lose for a triple kill for Insania, as he's the one doing the cleanup there. As we're very much seeing the difficulty for Entity to take these team fights against Liquid. The BKB durations just aren't long enough for them to get the damage done. Chrysalis really struggling to have an impact in these team fights.
Yeah, they just don't have the damage at all. And right now, even if they do get a surprise jump, the SD's disrupting himself, and the Necro's then shrouding and healing up. Like, you we're going to see the replay here. But this is a charge which connects onto the SD with an ultimate, but no one else is really in the area. We get to see the damage from the Weaver, but Spirit Breaker to pretty much no HP. Shady is just chunking out from
He's
the
having
corner.
a great time with the impetuses.
I'm truly doubting how Entity can get back into this game, because Huskar, he scales through getting the Ags, getting the taunt, right-clicking, but with disruptions on SD, with positioning, and the fact that there's this looming scythe in every single fight, it is... Yeah, this is looking like very much like a Liquid game. Aegis as well.
Okay, he's gonna get that life steal next, Matu. He'll work towards that Satanic, have that extra bit of beef to him. I see the buff up continue to come out from Insanino with that last fight. He's able to buy the boots of bearing. Matu.
Look at him, he's just playing so aggressive with Aegis and Lincolns.
I mean,
What's to stop it?
a lot of damage. Zai over to the side. He'll happily play around with Fishman. And over back in the mid. Another catch. They just continue to roll in here. The kills for Liquid. 33 to 17. It's getting pretty messy. 17k lead.
Yeah, the way in which they do this as well, it's 4 heroes in mid taking the fight.
Yeah.
Matu split pushing bottom because he has all this defensive, Aegis and Lincolns. There's nowhere for Entity to really play. And the tier 3 falls.
I mean, maybe even more. They've got the fortification. They'll have Toby back up in 20. Fishman in 10. This is an Aegis push from Liquid.
Dyer's middle
Katomi in with the charge. He's got to run. They're going to be able to jump in. Mickey with the BKB pushes him back into the site. It'll be Katomi going down. Fishman also beaten out by Mickey. Crystalist dying underneath the tier 4. Stormstormer tries to come in with the BKB and the lasso. He'll drag back Foxy. Stormstormer will live. They've got the bash over towards side. Toby in with a good ult. Is there going to be the damage? There isn't. Matu's going to get gripped, but already the Gemini was out. Kills the Vayne. Triple kill for MATUMBAMAN'S as he's just cleaning up now. Liquid inside the base of Entity, and Entity cannot hold them back at all.
Dyer's middle barracks are under attack.
No rampage for Matu either. Mickey swiped away the ultra kill, therefore swaying Matu from chasing more. But yeah, Liquid, an abundance of tank, abundance of damage. They have all the resources they need. They walk it down mid, take away the racks, show a little bit of respect by going top and not going straight for the tier 4s.
A big turnaround in performance from game 1, especially I think that the one that stands on the most right, Zai. He had a rough open. We saw on the Mars, he wasn't getting farm at all, but this game, he's pretty much taken over the game as the Necrophos. 12, 5, and 19. He's completely smashed it here. And Entity, they've got nothing against it right now. Liquid, they're looking to close it up.
An honestly amazing Necrophos performance. Even the Boots of Travel rush was a little bit weird, but the fact that he executed it so cleanly, well, we don't have to remember that.
Arena onto nothing here.
They might back it out because of it, though. We might delay the game a couple minutes for that arena. Yeah, just playing smooth and quickly around the map.
Nice. I mean, it's a huge gold lead here, closing up towards that 1k a minute. 28,000 lead, 31 minutes in.
Right, now starts the comeback, Owen, of course. If Entity can fight like they did in game 1,
They've got a 1%.
Wow, that's more than 0, Owen, so that has to be something. The game really does not believe in Entity. Yes, well. To be fair, though, we've not really seen them pump out any damage in the previous fights.
Damage has definitely been an issue.
It's been like some fireflies or some, some poison novas, but I'm really not seeing it. Yeah, of course, Matu with
Dyer's bottom
potentially,
tower is under attack.
I'm not going to say a perfect Weaver game. He has 1 death to his name, but a very stellar Weaver.
I mean, I bet he's been loving it as well. You know, this is one of his favourite heroes, right? He loves playing the old Weaver.
Especially when you have items like this and not enough kill for it. It is really just amazing. Big fan of the shard as well. I think people don't truly value the damage he can pump out. You get that shard, your Germinate hits anyone also applied by the swarm. You can start cleaving through people as a ranged hero.
let's see what they can do here on potentially the last defense for the game entity. Already, Toby's been jumped. He's out of the game. Christmas will be able to get the BKB off in time. Stormstormer goes for the last one on Boxy. Katobi charges in. Shadow Demon taken out. They get anything more from this. The BKB is wearing off now for Entity. Chrysalis, he's still going to try and commit. Jumps in, pushing back the two of them. They're on top of Zai. Zai burning down very, very low, but Chrysalis has got no further way to protect himself. Does bring down Zai with him. We'll see Chrysalis cover with the buyback, but Matu is cleaning them up one by one. Ultra kill from him on the Weaver, and he's going to be tempted to keep this fight going, but he gets jumped. Quick spear from Mickey, pushes off the two to the side. Katomi was into the invis, he'll live, but Chrysalis, he's got just the armlet toppling alone to rely on. It is enough to keep him alive, but 3 dead on Entity, no buybacks on them. See Matu, he's tempted to maybe continue to keep this fight going. So if they want to jump back in on this.
His turn-up's up again in 3, so might be looking to play around that.
I mean, it was an expensive defense from Entity. They had to use 3 buybacks, but it is a defense. They keep that tier 3 and Rax alive down bottom.
Just gives them an extra minute of the game. Liquid, they're going to wait for the heroes to respawn, root back up, probably take the same exact fight again, and this time Entity won't have the buybacks. They won't have the resources.
And Matu's going to have the full Satanic.
Yep.
So pretty much no chance of killing this Weaver.
Yeah, unfortunately, if maybe this was like a 15k lead, Satanic wasn't just completed.
35k, 30, yeah, it has hit that 1,000 a minute.
Yeah, I could maybe entertain something, some idea of like a Lasso player grip, but...
I mean, it's probably given it a 0% now in the win probability.
I don't think...
Oh, it shows still a bit of belief.
I just don't think it can ever get to 0. I don't think...
We used to be able to.
I mean, this right now should...
Oh, you would give this a 0?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I would. Because the fact that your Huskar is lower net worth than your Enchantress doesn't really put too much, you know, hype into this. Oh, now it could be a 0.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be the beginning of the end unless they can do something crazy, mate. Chrysalis is going to try and commit. They will get Boxy. Actually, while downstairs, he's able to buy some time in with the disruption. He's not actually going to die straight away. Chrysalis will be the one to die, as this should be the G's coming out. Katomi will give it one last attempt charging, but he's the last one alive, and there it is. GG, it's called this game too. No messing around at all from Liquid. It looked like Entity were going to hit at them early with an intimidating looking run at you draft, but Liquid, they kept it cool and they weren't phased by it at all. The laning onwards, it was strong stuff all around, and we just